Every town has a legend people laugh about until it's too late. For the small town of Black Ridge, the warning was simple. On Halloween night, don't look out your window after midnight. No one knew where the rule came from. Some said it started after a missing person case in the 1970s. Others said it was older, passed down like a prayer. Most people didn't listen, but one person should have. Jason, 22, had just moved into a basement apartment at the edge of town. Halloween night, he stayed home alone, planning to binge movies. Around 12:03 a.m., the power went out. Everything went silent. No fridge, no heater, no street lamps. Just darkness. Jason lit his phone flashlight and went to the tiny window by his bed. He didn't intend to look out, only to check if others had lost power too. But the moment he touched the curtain, someone knocked on the window from the outside. 3 slow knocks, measured, heavy, not human. Jason froze. No one should be able to reach that window. The ground outside was 8 feet higher than his basement level. Then came another knock, but now it came from the opposite side of the room, on the second window. Something was moving outside, something tall. Jason, terrified, pulled back the curtain just an inch. He immediately regretted it. Outside, standing inches from the glass, was a woman. Her skin was gray, stretched too thin over her bones. Her hair hung like wet straw. And her eyes were gone. Just 2 dark, empty holes. She mouthed something Jason couldn't hear. He stumbled backward, but the woman followed his movement, sliding across the window like she was floating. Then another face appeared beside hers. Then another, and another. Soon, the entire window was filled with eyeless faces, all silently mouthing the same words. "Let us in." Jason screamed and ran to his room. He hid under the bed, clutching his phone. The knocking grew louder, now on every window in the apartment. Then his phone buzzed. A new message. Unknown number. No profile picture. Just 2 words. "We see you." The knocking stopped. Silence. Jason held his breath. Then, footsteps. Inside the apartment. Slow, dragging, impossible. He heard them approach his bedroom door. The knob turned. Opened. A cold hand gripped the edge of the bed frame. Jason covered his mouth to stay silent. Another hand appeared. Gray, thin, cracking. The entity began to pull itself under the bed. Jason could see its head now, tilted, broken, its empty eyes pulling him in. It whispered, "You looked at us." At 3:17 a.m., neighbors reported screams. Police later found Jason's apartment door wide open, all lights off. They never found Jason. But they found something disturbing. Every window in the apartment was covered in handprints, hundreds of them, shaped like stretched bone, burned into the glass. And on the wall above his bed, written in black soot, "Don't look out the window after midnight." But there was more. On Jason's phone, the final message sent at 2:58 a.m., a photo taken from inside the apartment, of the basement window, showing Jason being pulled toward the glass by dozens of hands. Police closed the case, claiming possible runaway, but the messages didn't stop. People all over Black Ridge began receiving texts from unknown numbers, with photos of their own houses taken from outside in the middle of the night. Part 2 reveals what the townspeople discovered. Too late. To be continued. After Jason vanished, panic spread through Black Ridge. Dozens of residents reported the same nightmare. Faces at their windows, whispering in voices that weren't human. Police ignored it, until an officer disappeared from his patrol car. Only his body cam was left behind. The footage? It showed him walking toward a house with fog around it, and then dozens of hands dragging him backward into the darkness. Black Ridge declared a curfew, but the visitors didn't care. An old woman named Margaret claimed she knew the truth. She said the creatures weren't ghosts. They were remnants, the forgotten dead. People who died violently, alone or unclaimed. No funeral, no mourning, no prayer, no name spoken. She said, "The dead we forget never forget us." And every Halloween night, when the veil is thin, they walk the earth searching for the living who dare acknowledge them. If you look at them, if you make eye contact, even with empty eyes, they take it as an invitation, a permission, a doorway. That Halloween night at 12 a.m., the sirens went off. Power died across the town again. People barricaded their windows. Others hid in basements, attics, closets, but the remnants didn't need doors. Residents reported seeing faces appear in reflections, bathroom mirrors, computer screens, TV screens, even turned off. One woman said a remnant crawled out of her hallway mirror like a shadow turning solid. Another man claimed something whispered to him through the drain of his bathtub. Children cried that the people with no eyes were standing in their rooms. The entire town was drowning in whispers. At 2:55 a.m., Margaret, the old woman, called the police. Her voice was shaking. "There's someone outside my door," she said. "He keeps saying my name." When officers arrived, they found her front door clawed open. Inside the house, they found something chilling. Jason, standing in the middle of her living room, alive. Or partly alive. His skin was gray. His eyes were black and empty. He whispered, "They sent me back for you." Behind him, dozens of remnants began crawling into the room, their bodies bending in impossible angles, their mouths opening wider than any human jaw could. Margaret tried the only thing she believed could work, saying the names of the forgotten dead out loud. She whispered them like prayers, names written in old town records, names scratched into abandoned gravestones. The remnants screamed, a sound like breaking metal and tearing flesh. Her house began to shake. Lights burst. Glass shattered. But she kept saying the names. One by one, the remnants flickered, faded, and vanished. All except one, Jason. Jason walked toward Margaret, tears of black liquid rolling down his face. "They want the ones who can see them," he whispered. "And now you see all of us." He lifted his hand and pointed outside. Hundreds of figures stood in the fog, motionless, waiting. Jason said, "Next Halloween, they're coming back." Fade out.